I'm going to share with you my experience and my thoughts on the area of recognition and status symbol. Again, when I started my journey as a leader, we used to give a person a bigger room, high status, big title, and then we give them, let's say, a car. And I find that this person, when you do all these things for this person, you are encouraging him to have a bigger and bigger ego, right? And ego is the biggest obstacle against teamwork, right? So, and number two, when you give them a car, the next one they expect a bigger car. So I refuse to play this game because you are actually destroying the organization when you encourage this type of system. I know in the old style of management, that is what is propagated, and there are many companies in the world still doing this. But that is not what our company's vision is. We want to work in an environment where everybody works as a team. So, example, I rather work on the compensation side and say that, look, your compensation includes the cost of a car just for status symbol, not different from a salesman who needs transport. A salesman who needs transport, we build in a separate allowance for that vehicle, right? And then he gets paid as long as he's a salesman, right? Linked to giving of the car, I also noticed that when I was giving cars for the person to use, they don't bother to maintain the car. Their family destroy the car and they just send it and then repair it. Your costs get out of control. But when you give them allowance, the car is owned by the person. He will take care of it. His family will take care of it. So by changing the system, you are making the person a more responsible person. And the next thing I want to tell you is a title. I have observed a long time already that truthfully, the only time a title is important is when the person is looking for a new job, right? So why are you encouraging the person, make it easier for them to look for a new job? So currently, but I do understand that sometimes when you meet a client, you must have an appropriate title. Example, in most banks, everybody is an assistant vice president. I always laugh. Sometimes they have an assistant vice president of the sanitation part for the toilets. So we practice what is called external title and internal title. We can have a sales manager, but outside I even allow one person we call vice president of sales because he's handling big customer. But internally, everybody just call him, you are the sales manager. So we allow that type of practice, and that creates better atmosphere. So what we do practice is this, right? We allow everyone to recognize each other. Let's say you see somebody does a good job, we have what is called a silver award. I think currently it's worth only 2 ringgit. So anybody can just give anyone a silver award. It's worth 2 ringgit, and after they collect all the decals, they can redeem it for rooms, for food, etc. That is everyone. Then we have a bit more formal system, and that is what is called a gold award. And currently it's worth 50 ringgit per gold award. So basically the way it works is this: if you spot somebody who is doing an excellent job, extraordinary service to the guests, extraordinary effort, right? You just say, oh, this is what I observed, and I nominate this person for the gold award. And within the hotel, the human resource and personnel committee will receive this. And sometimes we don't wait. We just have a WhatsApp group that cover that topic, and they say, okay, we agree. We don't want a very tight qualification standard. That is, it defeats the purpose. So As long as somebody can certify that that is true, we give him the gold award, which is 50 ringgit, right? And this gold award he also collect. And what we do at the end of the year is that towards the annual, what called staff gatherings, annual dinner, we ask him to go and choose something. Let's say he won 20 of them, is worth 1,000 ringgit. We ask him to go and look for a gift item worth 20, for what 1,000 that he would love, and we buy it for him and we award it in front of everyone. Yeah. We also have no medical leave, right? And award. So if they have years of no medical leave, we also give an award, but we don't want to overly correlate it purely with money. So that's the type of thing we do. I think all of you are aware that hotel industry has what is called employee of the month and sometimes employee of the year. What I observe is this is eventually what happened is that two things happen. In the month where you have 3 employees who did that very good job, one has to win, the other 2 lose. In the month where nobody did a good job, they just chit chat, and then they say they nominate somebody to be the employee of the month. And so it became a political process of choosing my favorite pet, right? And one time I was interviewing somebody who was so proud. He was working for this international hotel and he got the Employee of the Year award. And he was awarded to go to Japan for a holiday trip. So I said, oh, congratulations. What did you do? He said, I don't know. I was nominated, I won the Employee of the Month, and between the Employee of the Month, I won the employee. So it doesn't serve the purpose because recognition must be instant, specific to the good job the person has done, and then it must reinforce the long-term commitment to the company. So both must work hand in hand for such programs to work.